Hey Independence.
I'm Charlie Newman.
And I'm Catherine Kyle.
And this is your Independence News. The next late start date is February 27th. Class starts at 8:25 and buses will run on regular schedule.
IHS Theater will be putting on a production of Big Fish on March 2nd through March 5th. The Spring Art Show will also be taking place during Big Fish's intermission.
If you took the ACT in December of 2022 and have your TIR test booklet, you are able to get ACT tutoring with Ms. Bond or Mr. Howard on late start Mondays.
Mr. Uline's physics class conducted a lab drop experiment.
We're just finishing up a work, energy, and power section of physics, and we're doing a lab that demonstrates their understanding of force and work and power and energy that happens when we drop an egg from the balcony out here over 5 meters tall. And the objective is to design with some engineering skills and techniques how to mitigate the forces upon the egg so it doesn't break. At this particular time, we are 0 for 24, and we have one last class period coming in. So there is hope.
For the past couple days in physics class, we've been designing a way to prevent an egg from cracking or falling off the balcony. We were given materials like straws, cups, rubber bands, and super glue. Super glue didn't really work though, so we didn't use that. Probably my favorite part of the lab was dropping the egg. Ours did not work. It did crack, but no one's worked so far.
Senior yard signs may be ordered and paid for up until March 10th. Signs are $25 and can be purchased on School Cash online.
The JRTC Military Ball will be held on March 25th at the Embassy Suites in Cool Springs.
Prom will be held on Saturday, April 1st at Embassy Suites in Cool Springs. Tickets will be sold at $50 through spring break and will then be sold at $60 until March 29th.
Operation Fairy Godmother helps to provide prom dresses for students who may have a financial hardship. This year's event will be held on March 4th from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. at First Presbyterian Church in Franklin. Sign-ups are available in the declaration.
JROTC had a guest speaker talk to them about how to handle an interview.
Good morning, sir.
Hi, Olivia. I'm Tom Brown. Nice to meet you. Have a seat.
In JROTC, we're focusing on preparing for the future. We're learning how to build resumes, we're learning how to interview, and today we had an interviewing professional come in, and I got to interview with him. I learned that storytelling is one of my strengths, but I also learned that I have a blind spot with providing results. I get caught up in telling the story and I end up not finishing it. So I learned that I have a couple of places that I need to work on.
Hi, good morning everybody. My name is Tom Brown. I am the founder and head coach of Interview Coaching Solutions.
The round one interview is basically anybody who puts in an application walks off the street, they have to apply, they have to let this many people apply. And so I would have gotten past the first round because I differentiated myself enough from other people that it was it sounded good. But the second round is where they have all the people they want to hire, all the people who have the resume, who have the experience, who have the kind of teamwork things that they're looking for. That's when it really gets down to picking the person.
Winging it is not a strategy. It is a strategy. It's a losing strategy. Prepare, prepare, prepare. You got to have a branding statement. My branding statement is very clear. I'm a coach, a cheerleader, and a scorekeeper. I'm driven by one single purpose, and that's to help my clients, regardless of their position, regardless of where they're from. I'm driven to help them be fully prepared for any job interview that they have.
And now for this week's Indie Arts.
Hey Indy! Welcome to this week's Arts. Here's this week's Student Spotlight.
I'm Nathan Campbell. I'm a senior. So I've been in TV and film production for 3 years at Indy, but I've been making films since elementary school with my friends on my little iPad. When I was a kid, my dad would show me a lot of crazy movies. It started with Indiana Jones, super basic, and I got this little, I was like, this is so sick, I want to do this. So I got my parents to spend money on a crappy little video editing app on my iPad mini, where I would make Five Nights at Freddy's lore videos with my friends. Not like lore, but we would create our own stories. And then it would go further. It would be like situational. It's like once I got to like, you know, I would do like little horror films, or I would do, but it was all rooted in comedy. Film is like an excuse for me to pursue like thought, like friends. There's a lot of friendship that you get out of film. You end up like getting actors who you're usually friends with, getting people's opinions on your writing, but also that moment for me of being in like sort of a writer's room environment, and when the idea hits and everybody starts laughing or they get really emotional about the idea, and it's like, and you can see it right there, and then getting to the product and seeing how close it was or how interestingly different it was from that original idea, and then that sparks more thought. It's like a social provider for me that I just feel so like attached to. It's great. Like I have one in particular where I created this look, and I did it completely practically with like a little bit of darkening, so you get that kind of like obscureness, but it was already dark, and it was very sharply lit on the eyes. And when it was finished, it looked, it was the most A to B example I could get of idea to reality or to product that was exactly what I imagined. Like it was even better than what I imagined. When I was in that mind space, I was like, okay, I want to make this look scary, and I want to make it nefarious, but also have like some personality, and it just worked. I'm going to NYU for film and TV production. My plan is to pretty much just do exactly what they tell me. They're gonna give me, from what I've heard my first year, they're gonna give me just a million roles. I'll be able to take the back seat. Finally, I'm always so trying to be upfront and overbearing, and gaining the experience of what it's like to be the person you're telling what to do. I'm excited for that. That's going to be the main thing I do next year. So I'm hoping after college I can make my own kind of films and hopefully get a producer or two to like me, maybe flatter them with flowers and little stuffed animals, and maybe take them to dinner and get them to like me, like my personality, or like my work and want to work with me. I want it to be a career I can make money from and can sustain itself, so I can continue, so it has longevity after college. So whatever that means, it's a very difficult thing to achieve, and I don't like necessarily expect 100% I'm going to achieve it, but that's what I hope.
That's all for this week.
See you next time.
What's up, Indy Nation? Our baseball season started this week, so we interviewed some of our senior guys to see where their heads at going in. Let's check it out.
I think we're a very talented team this year. We just got to be more disciplined than we were last year, but I think if we can get that taken care of, we'll go a long way this season.
After I signed and after we all committed, we all kind of had a bigger role on the team, and so it made all of us, like, we had to step up. So like in practice now, when the younger kids have a question, we have to go, and it's our job to make sure they understand, because there's 37 other kids and not all of them understand. The coaches can't do that, so we have to kind of be like an accessory to the coaches almost.
Every single senior on the baseball team will be playing college baseball next year, which is a feat that I don't think many other teams have accomplished and can say that. And especially with our non-seniors, the juniors and the sophomores are really talented.
Because I got to, kind of fulfill a childhood dream of mine to play at the next level, and so it's just kind of a nice step in the right direction for the next 4 years, and hopefully maybe something past that.
Center's a great place, and knowing that another person from here is going there really helps me out, and I'm excited to go to the next level, and it just kind of makes it easier to play with no stress.
I mean, it's nice. It's a good school, good program, and it just lets me play without stress, like knowing that I already have somewhere to go. So
We're out there every day. You know, Coach McClurry's on us, and he just knows we've got what it takes to be one of the best teams to come through this school. And I have really high expectations, and we can go really long ways if we play like a team and, you know, just have fun.
Our boys basketball team won the district tournament and are moving on to the region tournament. Our next game is Saturday at 4:30 at Hillsboro versus Brentwood. Make sure to show out.
But that's all we got for you this week, Any Nation.
We'll see you next week.
That's all we have for this week.
I'm Charlie Newman.
And I'm Catherine Kyle.
We'll
see you next week.